If you're located at the corner of the St. Lawrence River and Lake Ontario, you're in the beautiful hamlet of Cape Vincent, New York. We spoke to a battery of Cape Vincent residents who explain why this is a great place to live.
Cape Vincent is where Lake Ontario flows into the beautiful St. Lawrence River in the Thousand Islands, right on the Canadian border. If you enjoy nature, history, fishing, then Cape Vincent is the place for you.
Cape Vincent, a great, small, close-knit community.
I have lived here in Cape Vincent 78 years, and I wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
This is the best of small town living right here.
We like Cape Vincent because of the small town atmosphere, the proximity to the river and all the activities around it, swimming, fishing, boating.
After I moved away, I wanted to always come back to this area.
Great place to raise a family if you decide to have your business here.
Everybody looks out for everybody.
And I would suggest that if anyone is looking for a wonderful place to live, this is the place to be.
These are the homes once built and occupied by society's best. They were part of America's early rise to success. They were bankers, fishermen, lawyers, teachers, mill owners, retailers, and doctors. High achievement over the years meant you could live along the shores of the St. Lawrence River in Cape Vincent. Part of the Thousand Islands region, the Cape is known for its beauty, its rich history, its outstanding school district, and its many leisurely activities. There's a great recreation park too here for the kids, as well as a modern sports field and an outdoor ice rink. It's no surprise why the Cape has become the neighborhood of choice for growing families and retirees. Even though Cape Vincent wasn't incorporated until 1853, its historical roots go way back to 1615, when French explorer Samuel de Champlain first entered the region. Over time, the village would see more French settlers who purchased large tracts of land from the U.S. government in exchange for their support in our American Revolutionary War.
Well, of course, it all started because the French were given all this free property because they'd helped us during the Revolutionary War so much. And that's how all the farmers ended up in the little hamlet of Rozier. They were all given so many, 50 acres of land, I believe, so many cows and chickens. And many of the stone houses, if you see them out there, were all, if you go back to Rozier, France, you will see that same style house there.
One of the largest landowners here was French businessman James Le Chameau, an American sympathizer and a key consultant to Benjamin Franklin during our nation's revolution. Joseph Bonaparte, brother to Napoleon Bonaparte, called Cape Vincent home in the early 1800s and once rallied to have his exiled brother brought to the Cape to live out his final years. Even though the little general never made it here, many of his exiled followers did, where they made Cape Vincent their home for life. Of course, French culture was alive and well on the other side of the St. Lawrence River in French-ruled Canada, creating two French communities on two separate nations. Today's nearby city of Kingston, Ontario, is still very rich in French and early English history and has one of the best preserved European-style downtowns in all of North America. This historic river city is always a ferry ride away when you live in the Cape. The seasonal ferry to Kingston is the only one of its kind in the Thousand Islands. This continuous Canadian connection provides many business opportunities for small businesses and entrepreneurs.
It operates during the summer months, which allows us to take advantage of all the people traveling across the border. We have people coming in both directions. A lot of Americans choose that as an alternate form of transportation and entering the country.
We have free docking at our village dock, as well as at the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation dock, and within walking distance of all of our fine shops and restaurants.
I get a lot of Canadians that come over here and just visit for the day or are passing through and stop in and check out all of our local shops and restaurants.
Today, 200 years after the first French settled here, Cape Vincent remains true to its heritage, which they prove every July with their annual French Festival, one of the region's largest outdoor public attractions.
Every year, the second Saturday of July, we celebrate the French Festival here in Cape Vincent. We celebrate every year with a big parade, fireworks celebration. Both crafters and vendors visit the area. The French Festival annually brings in approximately 10,000 to 12,000 customers to our community for the weekend, which is fantastic for business.
People from the North Country and Central New York come here for food, drink, entertainment, and for the big French Festival Parade, which travels right through the neighborhood of beautiful homes.
We've been coming here since 1981. We love coming to the French Festival. A lot of people from Central New York come here. There's lots to see, lots to do. More people from Central New York should come here. It's only 90 minutes away.
The festival is also a good opportunity for people to visit the lighthouse at Tibbetts Point, which is one of Lake Ontario's oldest and most picturesque lighthouses. The Tibbetts Point Lighthouse is primarily a year-round tourist attraction and is operated by the U.S. Coast Guard.
The one that's there now was built in 1857. I live on the road just down from Tibbetts Point, so I can attest to the number of people and buses now that go up there to enjoy the lighthouse. They now built a visitor center and redid the Foghorn building.
This historic lighthouse has been the beacon for many fishing boats over the years and would help make Cape Vincent one of the best-known fishing towns in the Northeast. This trend started in 1880 when a book was published boasting about the great smallmouth fishing right in the Cape. Many traveled to the town via the Rome-Watertown Railroad, which had been extended to the Thousand Islands region in the 1880s. This link provided a constant stream of wealthy vacationers from the south that made their way to the Cape every year.
Well, the fishing was a big industry here in Cape Vincent. They used to net the fish years and years ago when they first started, and then they could sell those fish. And there were guides, they called them St. Lawrence skiffs, and then they would catch fish. They'd serve them a shore dinner of steak. It was a big industry here.
A village that preserves its culture and history is typically made up of dedicated people like James Mason, a Vietnam veteran and president of the local American Legion in Cape Vincent. Here's Jim's description of the people of Cape Vincent.
If someone would want to move to Cape Vincent, you're going to be able to tell everybody is caring about their neighbors. If someone in this area gets sick, then the next thing you know, there's a benefit being put on for them to pay for therapy or whatever it may be. And they're there to help.
Cape Vincent has a proud fraternal community. This small town honors its veterans and fallen heroes.
Cape Vincent has a very strong military heritage, very active American Legion organization, and the other organizations, Knights of Columbus, and then of course you have the Lions Club. We all work together to make it a better community to support and serve our youth. We're responsible for a lot of the funding that went into Recreation Park, the hockey rink, the tennis courts.
Providing a good environment for the local youth is important to the local civic organizations in Cape Vincent. That's why they take great pride in their recreational park they helped to create. The modern park is adjacent to the elementary school, which is situated right in the town and a short walk for many of the students. We talked to Principal Lars Hauk about his school.
The average class size here at Cape Vincent Elementary School is going to be between 17 and 18 students per classroom. Our district spans from the Cape Vincent Tibbetts Point Lighthouse all the way up to the Thousand Islands International Bridge. The Cape Vincent campus is 7 miles from our middle school, high school campus, which is located in Sand Bay. This is a neighborhood school. It's within the village. Many of our students walk. We also have a great connection with the community, whether it is the Halloween parade to piano recital competitions that are held within the village, our annual PTO breakfast at the fire hall, all of those connections that we have, including a day that we hold at the end of the year where we take our students around to the pilot station, to the art gallery, going to the Chamber of Commerce, going out to Tibbetts Point. So there's a great connection between the community and the school. There's a variety of information that you could find off of our website about our building, about the middle school campus, or even the Gardino building at the Clayton end of our district. All kinds of resources that they can tap into through the school website.
It isn't hard to see how many art and cultural opportunities there are throughout the year. Among them is the annual Chopin Piano Competition. This two-day event attracts the area's best young musicians at the local Maple Grove on West Broadway, Cape Vincent. Cape Vincent has two museums that focus on local history and artifacts, as well as works from local and regional artists. The Historical Museum is located right next door to the Chamber of Commerce, which is right at the foot of the ferry. Just 1 block away from the Historical Museum is the Breakwater Gallery, which features fine art for sale. This river town has many New England-style shops, a brand new medical clinic, and a resurrected brick hotel originally built in 1888. For decades, the 3-story brick Roxy Hotel was the town's main attraction.
That was run by a Mr. Jerome, who was a hot Democrat, and then they sold it to Leo Booth and his brother Roxy, and it became the Roxy Hotel. It's got a lot of history. It's a beautiful building.
Yet the building fell into disrepair and was officially closed in 2010. Yet because it was qualified as an historical landmark, a developer worked with the town to obtain grant money to rebuild the Roxy Hotel. In just 6 short months, the new Roxy Hotel is finished and is the talk of the town. It has its own bar, restaurant, and entirely new hotel rooms on its 2nd and 3rd floor. The new Roxy demonstrates how well town leaders and business people can work together to save an old hotel from the wrecking ball. Creating new opportunities is nothing new to the town leaders in the Cape. Through the hard work of local business developers and politicians, a Kingston, Ontario boat manufacturer was lured to the town due to incredible opportunities for their company. In September of 2011, a press conference was held to announce the construction of a new shoreline facility that would be the site for the manufacture of new high-tech emergency fireboats.
Any vessel that trades in American waters. It's a commercial vessel, maybe it's a tour boat, a passenger boat, it makes money for a living. Those kind of commercial boats have to be owned by Americans, crewed by Americans, and built by Americans. So we could never build a passenger boat in Canada, for instance. So for years we've been trying to find a way that we could do after that kind of business on the U.S. side. We started in Clayton in 2007, and we've kind of outgrown that facility, so that's why we're coming here. Our aim is to grow Metalcraft U.S. To the point where it's bigger than Metalcraft Canada. We come here whenever we can, and we're going to be really proud to be a partner. Thank you.
The Metalcraft expansion is a great example of how local leaders are able to bring new opportunities to their community. Just one of the reasons why Cape Vincent is truly a great place to live. This is a safe community, filled with history and natural beauty. It is a great place for a family business, like the Shavesty family, who owns Aubrey's Market and Restaurant.
If anyone were to ever ask me why I would open a business here in Cape Vincent, I think it would have something to do with the fact that it's such a close-knit community. It's very safe, a lot of community support for all the local businesses. It's a great place to raise a family. It's great to be able to work in the same town that I live in. Cape Vincent is just a really great place to call home.
Cape Vincent is a wonderful place to raise children, like the Connertons, who are always a short walk away from their local school, the recreation park, and of course, the magnificent St. Lawrence River.
That's another aspect that we really were interested in, somewhere where we can walk to the grocery store, the post office, get a haircut, the library. All of these things are within walking distance.
It is a nice place for young people. We have a family down here with 5 kids, wonderful kids. I love to see them outdoors, having a good time. And I think it keeps the family together a little bit more when you're in a smaller place without all the outside influences of places they can go. It's a good place to be.
The Cape is also a great place to retire because it's an affordable community and close to medical facilities in town and in nearby Watertown.
Whether you're looking to retire, raise a family, or start your own business, Cape Vincent is the place for you.
Come to Cape Vincent and find out why many people believe this is truly a great place to live. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the Cape real soon.